It's the Recruiting Roundup, powered by Rock and Refuel Varsity. That's Jason Jewell of Scout.com. I'm Jared Cohen. Big time week for Wisconsin, plucking away two of Arizona's best in the same day.
Yeah, Thursday afternoon was a crazy day for the Wisconsin Badgers. First, they get senior four-star defensive tackle Garrett Rand out of Hamilton High School. He had taken his official visit the prior weekend, and he was expected to take his 4 other visits and decided, no, this is where I want to go. And then an hour later, 2017 offensive guard, four-star Caden Lyles out of Saguaro High School. He pledged to the Badgers as well. He's joined his brother Correa that is already committed to Wisconsin. He's a quarterback. Now they're going to get 3 kids out of Arizona. It's been the first time that they're going to land a guy. It's been almost 10 years or longer since they've gotten a guy. The last one was Geno Cruz, a defensive tackle out of Desert Vista.
So Jason, Badger Nation, talk about these 2 kids individually and what they're going to be landing.
Yeah, you look at Garrett Rand, 6'3", he's 275 pounds, and he has over a 500-pound bench press, which is absolutely ridiculous. But that strength will allow him to play early on in the Big Ten and play and compete at that level against some of those big offensive linemen at that level. Now, Caden, you look at him, he's been playing varsity since he was very, very young, been starting since he was a freshman. Very good football player. He plays tackle now. He's going to move inside and be an offensive guard, potentially could be a center. I like that he also is good enough to start at defensive tackle for Saguaro High School. So they're getting a kid that is big, powerful, strong, exactly what Wisconsin likes.
Now to the offers, Jason, and there were a few last week. Let's start with Daniel Bridgegad, the quarterback out at PV, whose recruitment completely changed last week.
Yeah, we mentioned in the show last week that New Mexico State was really going to have to fight to keep Bridgegad committed because he's playing so well. Well, it turns out University of Washington offered him on Saturday night, and Daniel is scheduling an official visit there, so I don't think he's going to end up signing with New Mexico State. Don't be surprised when he does take his official visit to Washington if he doesn't commit to the Huskies.
2 academy offers to Arizona's players in the last couple weeks.
Yeah, Chase Lorita, offensive lineman out of Ironwood Ridge down in Tucson, very underrated player. Got his second offer, was offered by Army. He also has an offer from NAU. And then Isaiah Swan, probably one of the more underrated players on that Chandler defense, got an offer from Air Force. He also has Navy and Cornell.
Hey, Queen Creek last week had a big matchup with Marana Mountain View. That leads us into our recruiting roundup player of the week and a defensive player, finally, for the first time this year.
Yeah, and a sophomore at that. Dante Coleman, a sophomore linebacker for Queen Creek, had 11 tackles, 4 sacks, and 2 interceptions in that very close win for Queen Creek. They ended up winning 22-20.
On Thursday, we tuned into that big Mountain Point Desert Vista game. Then there's a player from Mountain Point that is your breakout prospect for this week.
Yeah, I really liked Macarius Blunt, the running back from Mountain Point. Norris Vaughn and the Pride love to run the football. And you look at Blunt, he's approaching 1,000 yards right now on the season, has 13 touchdowns. I thought he was very smooth and a physical runner, a guy that doesn't have an offer yet, but the staff at Mountain Point tells me the Army is very close to offering.
And let's look ahead to this week. Speaking of Mountain Point, the game that's on our radar, Mountain Point, a big one, should be a slugfest against Desert Ridge.
Yeah, those 2 teams, they love to run the football. Last week, Mountain Point had their game of the week against Desert Vista, came out with the win. Now they're playing another tough team in Desert Ridge, who is top 5 in the state of Arizona. Very good running back on Desert Ridge's side in Jathan Tenorio. So this is going to be a game featuring that ground running attack for both teams.
That's Jason Jewell of Scout.com. I'm Jared Cohen. This has been the Recruiting Roundup, powered by Rock and Refuel Varsity.